In today's class, we shall talk about the vascular tissues. The vascular tissue comprises of the blood and the lymph. In the previous class, we learnt about the skeletal tissue, which comprised of bone and cartilage. So let us see the vascular tissue. It is made up of blood and lymph. Both are liquid connective tissue. Both are in liquid condition and they are known as liquid connective tissue. So you can call them as liquid connective tissue. Liquid connective tissue or fluid connective tissue. Now let us see what is blood. The matrix of the liquid connective tissue, that is blood, is in a liquid state, that is it is in a flowing state and it forms the main transport system in the animal. It does not contain any fiber but it contains fibrinogen. This is fibrinogen which helps in the coagulation of the blood, that is helps in the clotting of the blood. Clotting of blood takes place with the help of fibrinogen. The blood in animal cell is the carrier of oxygen. It contains the respiratory pigment. Now, the blood comprises of two parts, the liquid part and the cellular part. The liquid part is known as plasma. The liquid part of the blood is known as plasma. Plasma mainly comprises of water. Water, which is about 80%. Plasma also contains organic and inorganic salts, which is nearly 8 to 10%. It contains certain antibodies and it also contains the inorganic salts, mainly sodium ions and chloride ions. Plasma is very important because it contains fibrinogen, which helps in the clotting of the blood. Plasma also contains serum. So what is serum? Serum is if you remove fibrinogen from the plasma, it is known as serum. So fibrinogen, if fibrinogen is removed, fibrinogen, that is the clotting substance, is removed from the blood, removed from the plasma actually, it is called as serum. Now let us know about the cellular components of the blood. The main cellular component of the blood is the RBC. RBC or the red blood corpuscle, which is made up of, is also known as erythrocyte, the red blood cells or the erythrocytes, which are manufactured in the bone marrow, is biconcave disc-like and without any nucleus. So, human RBC, which has got a lifespan of 120 days, is without any nucleus. So, you can say the RBCs are enucleate. That is without any nucleus. It contains, the RBCs, it contains a pigment which is known as respiratory pigment, the hemoglobin, which is the carrier of oxygen. It also carries some amount of carbon dioxide, but hemoglobin is the main carrier of oxygen. So, hemoglobin, which is known as the respiratory pigment. Hemoglobin, which is an iron containing pigment, makes the blood red. So, our blood is red because of the presence of the respiratory pigment which contains iron, that is hemoglobin. The next component of the blood is WBC, or the white blood corpuscles, or the leukocytes. They are also known as leukocytes. The leukocytes, or the WBCs, they are bigger in size and they are nucleated. They have nucleus in them. So, unlike the RBC, the WBCs are colorless. RBCs are red in color because of the presence of hemoglobin. But WBC is colorless and it shows amoeboid movement. That means it moves like amoeba. Amoeba shows a irregular shape and the movement is also irregular. The number of WBCs is comparatively less. It is mainly 60,000 to 80,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. WBCs are of many types, like the basophils, the neutrophils, the eosinophils, the lymphocyte cells, and the basophils, the neutrophils, the lymphocytes, and the monocytes. The lymphocytes are of two types. They form the immune system of the body, the B cells and T cells. So they help in the formation of the immune system of our body. The monocytes, they are phagocytic in nature. They digest any foreign substance like the pathogens. If it enters our body, the monocytes, they digest or phagocytose the foreign substance. Now let me explain the lymphocytes. The lymphocytes are of two types. They are actually the cells which form the immune system of the body. So they are the T cells and the B cells. They form the immune cells or the immune system of our body. The monocytes are also very important. They help, they defend the body. Any microorganism or the pathogenic microorganisms, when it enters our body, the monocytes, they digest the foreign substance or the pathogens. So when the monocytes, they mature, they are known as macrophages. Now let us know about the function of the blood. The most important function of the blood is transport. It transports oxygen. So you can say transportation. It transports oxygen, nutrients and the enzymes and hormones to all parts of the body. It also transports the excretory substances or the metabolic substances from different organs. It collects excretory substances from different organs and brings it to the kidney for filtration. Second important function of the blood is to regulate the body temperature. So it regulates the body temperature. It also maintains the pH of the body. Blood also maintains the pH of the body. Blood also defends the body. We talked about the lymphocytes and the macrophages, that is the monocytes, which actually defends the body. The lymphocytes are the immune cells which help in developing the immune system of the body. So we can write blood helps in defending the body. So its function, one of the function is defense. It defends the body from different diseases or pathogenic attacks. The macrophages or the white blood cells, they kill the pathogens that enter the blood. Then it also maintains the osmotic pressure or the osmotic concentration of the blood or the body. Concentration of the body. So osmotic pressure and the osmotic concentration is balanced by the blood. The clotting of the blood or the coagulation of the blood is an important factor which prevents heavy loss of blood during any emergency, surgery or any accident, and this saves the life. Heavy loss of blood may prove to be fatal. Now let us know about another liquid connective tissue or the fluid connective tissue, which is known as lymph. This is also known as a tissue fluid because it flows between the tissues. The lymph does not flow in the capillaries, that is arteries, veins or capillaries. It flows in the lymphatic vessels. The vessels in which lymph flows is known as lymphatic vessels, and it is made up of lymphocytes. The lymph consists of the lymph cells, which is known as lymphocyte. The lymph is actually the fluid which is leaked out from the blood capillaries. The lymph is devoid of any RBCs or any platelet. Now let us see the function of the lymph. The lymph acts as a middleman. That means it carries whatever is left by the blood, the molecules of protein or any substances of minerals, organic and inorganic substances, or the nutrients which the blood is not carrying. The lymph carries it to different organs, tissues and other systems. The lymph maintains the volume of the blood by removing excess plasma or by adding excess plasma to the blood. Important function of the lymph is it defends the body. The lymphocytes, which are of B cells and T cells, beta cells and the T cells, which are actually the immune cells, they help in developing the immune system of the body. The lymph entraps the pathogens or the microorganisms that enter the body. The lymph vessels that are present in the intestine, the internal structure of the intestine, which is known as villi, they help in the absorption of the nutrients. The lymph vessels in the intestine are known as the lacteal cells. The lymph also helps in maintaining the moisture of the tissue. Because it is a tissue fluid, it maintains the moisture of the tissue. So in today's class, we learnt about the vascular tissue, which comprises of blood and the lymph. We studied about the different components of the blood, and we also studied about the lymph and its function.